infidelity is considered to be an act involving a third party that violates the standards or boundaries of relationship between romantic partners. Some individuals sees cheating as purely physical, while others feel even more betrayed by emotional cheating. We still have in the studio our guest DAYO ADENIJI, who is a relationship expert and a life coach. DAYO, the line, some people get offended or betrayed by emotional cheating. Please, what are your thoughts? What is cheating on its own? Your definition.
My definition of cheating is unfaithfulness. It's unfaithfulness. If you are in a relationship with anybody, let's not go to romance relationship yet. You know, in life, we have dealings with people. Whenever I have a dealing with you, it may not be a signed contract, but it's a contract. Do you see? And if I breach that, that's unfaithfulness. That's unfaithfulness. In whatever sphere of life, maybe romance, business, religion, or whatever. Once you have dealing with human being, the first thing you must guide against is unfaithfulness. You should try as much as possible to maintain integrity. Now, when it comes to romance, you know, that is when people see cheating, but cheating exists in every area of life, but more in relationship because there are two people involved, and everybody is expecting the optimum from the other person. And so the moment I go below the standard expected of me, as assumed by the both of us, then that's cheating. Do you get it? That's cheating.
So you're saying cheating is not purely physical? It's
not purely physical. It goes beyond purely physical thing. Now
let's link it to the romantic relationship. Yeah. If it says cheating is not physical, so I see somebody, let me use my colleague as an instance.
Okay.
Let's use you too. I'm in a relationship with you, okay, for instance, and I see my colleague, and I am somehow, probably I feel attracted. What's the word now? I am attracted to him, or I feel like, I get really not emotional, physical. Not really better guy. Not like, this guy is fine. I'm just having imaginations about him. I have a partner, which is you. Yeah. So can that be considered cheating? Because our minds work, like we don't have control of our minds.
Okay, you see, the truth is this: your partner will never be the best. Yeah. Will never be the most beautiful. Will never be the greatest. But you must be content, because if I have this cup, for instance, I see another cup, I go for it. There's another better cup than this. Yeah. So there's another better person in whatever way. Maybe what you like in him, I don't have it. But there are things I have, he doesn't have. Do you understand? He may look handsome, he may dress nicely, but when it comes to other parts of my life, maybe my thinking prowess, he doesn't have it. Do you get it? Maybe when it comes to analyzing issues, he doesn't have it. I don't have the dressing, I don't have the good look, but I have this part, which may be what attracted you in the first instance. Do you see? So if you keep moving from one person to another,
you'll find a reason to continue.
You will just continue. You will just continue, because you will never be satisfied with one person. Do you see? You will see something else in another person, then you are moving on. Let me tell you something about women. All women are the same. All women are the same. If you marry this one, I've not married two wives before. I've only married one. But you see, I've been privileged to talk to people who have married two wives, maybe by reason of the demise of the first one, they have to marry another woman. And then when you ask them, is there any difference? They'll tell you, there's no difference. All of them are the same. This one has an issue, that one to has an issue. Do you see? This one knows how to cook. This one doesn't know how to cook. This one dresses well. This one doesn't dress well. This one speaks fine. This one, the English is not so polished. But everybody there's no perfect human being. So just be content with what you have. And if you look at the physical, this one is Coca-Cola shape. This one is Maltina shape. All of them at the end of the day, what are you looking for? What are you looking for?
As a life coach, there are two parts to this thing. There's the cheater and there's the person that is being cheated upon. Now let's take we call it the cheater. I mean, now let's take a look at the cheatee.
I don't think that's an English
word.
What is usually your advice in your line of work? What's usually your advice to those who've been cheated upon? Do you advise
who've been cheated?
Yes, those they've been cheated upon. Do you advise that they stay in that relationship with their partners, or cheating should be a deal breaker?
Never break any relationship because you have been cheated, and I'll tell you why. You see, number one, you should be able to fight your battle. If I'm in a relationship with a woman, or let me say the other way, one of the reasons why I feel a lady should break up a relationship is if there's violence. If there's violence. And people say love is blind. No, love is never blind. Love sees. Love understand. It is just ignorance and foolishness that make people overlook certain things. The moment you start a relationship, there are things to watch out for. You should look at the disposition of this guy to issues of life. And the moment you begin to find out that this guy is not going to change in this regard, you should begin to note things down and discuss it. Do you understand? But don't break a relationship because you found your partner cheating, because it's something you can discuss. What makes you cheat? There are many things that make people cheat. There are many things that make people cheat. Maybe I am the one who is not active in this relationship. Maybe I'm not attractive enough. The first time he saw me, oh, I look charming, I look attractive. But now I got what I want, so I don't care again about my look. And so you begin to downgrade your look. You know, some women, maybe when they get married, before they got married, they were charming, they were all out, they were nice. Now they are married, they have one kid, they don't take care of their breast anymore. The whole thing is like fried egg in the house, and they don't dress attractive at home anymore. You see them tying wrapper up and down. But you should continue to look attractive to your husband. Do you see? But the moment you downplay all those things, then you are creating room for cheating. The long distance relationship is an inducer for unfaithfulness. But when you are cheated on, don't break it because of another woman. Fight your battle. What does she have?
Look at it from the part of the man. So some people that will never be contented. You will dress. Funny enough, you can have someone who is. Some men have wives who are very attractive. The lady they are going out with is not half as beautiful as their wife. So what is the problem?
That's 90%. Most men who cheat, the girl out there is not as nice as their wife. Now, the problem is this. Man is an animal.
Man as human being in quote.
Human being. And no male man or no male animal is ever content with one partner. And nature teaches us that. When you see a lizard, it's territorial. Territorial because of women. When you see a lion, it's territorial. Territorial because of women. When you see a head of maybe cattle, you see one champion among them, a male, is in control of all the other female. If you are very familiar with Nat Wild or some of these animal stations, and you watch, you see that one of the main reasons why animal fights, especially the male, is because of women. They want as many women as possible. A man is not satisfied by one partner. It is supernatural for one man to be with one woman. It is supernatural. It's not a natural thing for a man to be with one woman.
Somehow I don't buy your idea. I don't know.
Yeah, I know you will not buy it.
I don't know why.
I know you will not buy it.
Yeah.
But if you look at events in life, you will understand what I'm saying. Many people fight this, but whether you fight it or not, that's what exists. That's the practical thing. How many women, okay, these days is balancing up like 50-50. But before now, men cheat more than women. But today you see it's balancing up. You may not take what I'm saying, but that is what exists. That man is never satisfied with one woman. It is supernatural because it's a higher kind of life for you to stay and be content with one woman. It's a higher kind of life. And, you know, I don't want to go religious, spiritual or whatever, but I want us to just analyze it and use our mind together. You know, if you look at the trend of things these days, on social media, you see a lot of discussions, a lot of pictures, a lot of films, and so on and so forth. All of them engender unfaithfulness a lot. And the weakness of a man is the fact that he cannot stay with one woman. He cannot stay with one woman. You may fight it, but that's the reality. Oh, that's the reality. Excuse me, I'm with you now. Oh, this lady is beautiful, so nice, juicy, and so on and so forth. The moment I move away from her, I'm seeing another lady who is maybe nicer. But you know, personally, the way I fight this is that once I'm out of your sight, that's all. It's over. It's over. So you just have to train your mind. That's why I say it's a higher kind of life. You have to train your mind to tell yourself that once I step out of this situation, that's the end. I will not see this lady again. I will not talk to her, and so on and so forth. That's it.
I was going to ask, you mentioned long distance relationships earlier being one of the major reasons why people could be unfaithful. And long distance relationship, I would say, come in two categories, whereby some involve those who are unmarried, and the other are those who are married but maybe kind of work reasons and they don't stay the same location. But let's focus on the unmarried. Would you advise people go into long distance relationships, considering the fact that you've already mentioned that it's one of the major reasons why people are unfaithful?
I will not advise for people to go into long distance relationship. You know, I have spoken to several young people, and if you are in a relationship, the moment your partner says, I'm traveling, I'm going abroad, I will advise you break the relationship now, or your heart will be broken. I'm going for 3 years, I'm going for 4 years, I'm going to seek a greener pasture, and you want to be there, or work out your own paper to come and join me later on. No. 90% has not worked. And if you score 10% in any exam, automatically that's failure. 90% has not worked. Because when you get there, you may say that, oh, this day phone or social media interaction have made us closer. But that's not physical. I don't see you. I have my emotional breakdown. I have I need somebody to talk to. You are not there. You know, I just need a partner to talk to. You are not around. All this phone it's not the same thing as being together. We are talking, we are moving out together. You are not there. Before you know it, I may find somebody else to talk to who is now filling a gap. Initially, there may be no intention. But this person keeps talking, it keeps coming around, it keeps advising me, comforting me, I'm okay. And then maybe we walk together in the same place, we trek home together, we drive home together. You know, such closeness, gradually, it will metamorphose into a stronger relationship. Before you know it, the rate at which we call each other before will start dwindling. It start going down. And, oh, sweetie, you are not calling me as much. Oh, it's busy, it's workload, this. But it's not true. Somebody else is filling that gap for you. And before you know it, I'm not calling again.
At that point, will you even call that cheating?
Yes, it is. It is. Because, you know, let me tell you what adultery or fornication or cheating is that I'm engaged with somebody and I'm having a thought about somebody else. Whenever there is an issue, I think of that person first before even thinking of my partner. Before discussing it with my partner, I think of discussing it with the other person, or I may even have discussed it with the other person before discussing with my partner. That's cheating. That's cheating. Because what she should know first, somebody else has even advised me about it. And then after I've taken my decision, I'm coming back to talk to her. That's cheating. What is cheating? What belongs to me, you are giving to somebody else. That's cheating.
Okay, I mentioned the parts whereby the first one involves those who are unmarried.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at those
who are married.
There's an option for those who are unmarried. Yeah. How about those who are
those married? Who are married. You see, if you are married and you have any reason to go somewhere, to travel, maybe abroad, and you should do everything possible to ensure that you are together. Do you know why most military men have a lot of wives or many children? It's because of a lot of transfer. They move from here to here. Policemen, they have lots of wives or lot of children. It's because of transfer. And let me tell you, unless we want to deceive ourselves, this body, this our flesh, keeps crying for things. Food, sex, sleep. This thing you can't beat them. I'm away for 1 year because of work. My wife is not there. It takes higher life to keep my relationship. It takes higher life. So for those who are married, if you have any reason to be away, do everything possible to go with your wife. Oh. Yeah. Okay. But if that is not possible, then you need some kind of grace to keep your relationship.
When you say some kind of grace, what do you mean?
When is it the spiritual kind of grace you're talking about?
Of course, grace is spiritual.
Okay. Let's deal with that.
All right. Earlier at the section of the show, when you came in, I asked a question: the emotional kind of relationship, cheating rather, and you mentioned probably I have a partner and I'm already having to over-admire another partner. Somebody else. And then it's a thing of the mind, and we know sometimes the mind, even some things you can't control. Like I know men are physical. Yeah, everybody is physical. You first have to be attracted to what you see before you even know the person. So in situations like that, when you can't even, because of the make of humans, the fact that I have to be attracted to this man, and I don't even know when I'm starting to drool. Wow, he is this, and then I have imaginations. Or it might not be crazy though, but imaginations are imaginations. Why I have a partner. So in that case, how can we train our mind to seek? I don't know if I use the word stick with our partners, because I know it's inevitable. You must admire people.
Talk about it.
With your partner.
Yes. I went to one office some years back, maybe about 7 years ago, or I can't remember. And when I got to the office, I saw a very pretty lady. Not extraordinary, but the dressing was so nice, fitting, nice shape and things like that. And I found myself lost in after. Do you understand that? But when I got home, I told my wife, I said, can you imagine today I saw one pretty lady? So my wife asked, what did you see in her? And I told her, the dressing was nice, she was charming, the shape was good. I'm telling you, keep your shape. I'm telling you, dress well. I'm telling you, remain charming. Do you see? Don't buy your nice dress for outsiders only. So talk about it. Do you understand? Express it. And, we are too hypocritical. If you are beautiful, you are beautiful. If I have a feeling for you, I have a feeling for you. Why am I being hypocritical about it? As if I'm not a human being. I'm human. I'm human. I'm permitted to have feeling. I'm permitted to see. I'm permitted to think. So you should talk about it. So by expressing it, most time when you express things, you let it go out of you. Because when you bottle things a lot, it will get to a point you can't bottle it again. It will just explode. And that is when you see people just going into unfaithfulness.
All right. So we have a live chat here from one our comments on social media. I'll just quickly read it out to your hearing. This person is saying, cheating shouldn't be an excuse in relationship. Now, contrary to what you said now, she is saying cheating shouldn't be an excuse in relationship. If partners have issues, they should trash it out. Communication is key. Well, other people said, someone said, well, depending on your definition of cheating, I make friends with people as the spirit leads. Someone else will say, I'm a faithful partner, I never cheated, never ever. These are guys. The last person that said cheating shouldn't be an excuse is a lady. So
no, of course, cheating should never be excused, and it should never be an excuse. But you know, when you say the other guy who said that I make friends with people, your friend should be the friend of your partner. If I have a friend who is not a friend of my partner, there's a problem. Personally, I meet a lot of people, maybe because of what I do. I meet a lot of people, and I meet so many ladies too. The moment you get closer, I bring you closer to my wife. The moment you see, if I'm shielding anything and I'm having a personal relationship that I cannot talk about with my wife or with your partner if you are not married, then something is happening. Do you understand? That would be cheating. Do you get it? That would be cheating.
You know, to some persons, cheating is a deal breaker because some people cannot handle something. I know somebody that said she had a partner who cheated. Practical example, she had a partner who cheated, and then she said that for every time, he told her, and she, of course, she did not break up, but for every time she looks at him, she's still feeling that her heart cannot carry it. And then even when, now she has apologized, even when she doesn't want to talk about it, the fact she always makes reference to it, not because she hasn't forgiven him, but because her heart cannot carry that. So would you advise that person to still be in that relationship? Because she knows it's toxic for her. She wants to forgive him, but looking at him, she cannot just, and now this girl is a member of their church. She sees the girl in church and she's like, wow, she's not fighting, but then her heart can't carry it. So would you advise her to still be in that relationship?
Okay, if you cannot manage it, don't force it. If you cannot manage it, don't force it. You know, there are people who can manage such situation because they have given the allowance for the fallibility of man. Do you understand? But you know, when you have this hard stance of, you are a perfectionist. If you are a perfectionist, you may not be able to allow such thing to just pass away. You get irritated every time. You are unhappy. Yeah. So that if you cannot manage it, try as much as possible to walk out of that relationship and then be friend with the person. But make up your mind that, in fact, you need to develop your mind. Such person has to develop a mind because it can happen again with another person. So will you keep moving from one man to another to another? You know, like the person who said that he doesn't agree or she doesn't agree with me that cheating should never be an excuse. You know, you should just train your mind that in case this happen, I will let go.
Especially if you're a Christian, and I like to use the word. You
don't have to be a Christian. Well, you can. You see, we can all develop our minds. You can develop. The problem with us is that, do you know why they put shock absorber in a car? It's in the eventuality of falling into a pothole. So, as a human being, you should also develop what I call shock absorber, because in life it will happen. It will happen.
Okay, thank you so much. Amazing one. At some point I didn't agree with you, but now I think I'm beginning to agree with your line of thought. Thank you so much.
I love the fact you had to end that shock.
Yeah, shock absorber, because this life will shock you. So you have to make sure as it's shocking you, you are standing strong, just so you don't fall or be electrocuted, as the case may be. Thank you so much, DAYO ADENIJI. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I hope you enjoyed the segment. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. We still want to hear from you, and the discussion hasn't ended here. Keep your comments coming. We'll be glad to hear from you. That was DAYO ADENIJI, relationship expert and also a life coach.